everyone, so I am back with another video, and this time I will be doing my nails because it's been 2 weeks and it is 2 weeks too long. As you can see, they look horrible. I've been having little booty fingers for 2 weeks and that's not acceptable. So I still don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my whole full set. So as you can see, I don't have any polish on. They're already cut down and filed. So we're just gonna prep my nails, and then I'm gonna apply the tips, and we're gonna move from there. So keep watching. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm gonna do is push back my cuticles, and I'm just using this cuticle pusher by OPI. Now I'm going to use my e-file to remove the shine from my nails. Whenever you're doing this, you want to make sure that it's at the lowest speed. You also want to make sure that you get to that cuticle area really good, because that's where your lifting happens. So you want to make sure that you kind of go around the whole nail and work your way around it. And you basically just want to remove the shine from it. So you don't want to just file down, you just want to remove that shine. Also, for the people that are doing their own nails, it's helpful if you kind of hold, as you can see, I kind of hold my finger with my pinky, and that's because if I was just doing this, I don't have enough stability. So if you hold your finger with your pinky, it's keeping it more stable, so you're not just kind of filing, you know, just freely. You have something to hold on to, if that makes sense. You just get more stability. I kind of just Alrighty, so now I am about to start on my right hand. So once again, if you're doing your own nails, a lot of the time I kind of just like to hold my hand in a fist and kind of just work on that, just because it gives me more stability than if I was just working like this. So you want to hold your hand like this when you're doing your thumb, hold it like this and just gently file. And you want to make sure that you don't file too hard, because you don't want no indentations in the nail. So as you can see, I'm still holding my fingers and file. Alrighty, so now they are prepped, and I'm just gonna dust them off. Alrighty, so now I am going to apply my nail tips, and these are the ones that I had on my website, which I'll be restocking pretty soon. And for my glue, I will be using KDS, which you can find on eBay. I get this one from my local nail supply store, but they do have it on eBay, so I'll leave the link below. So remember, whenever you're applying your nail tips, you have to remember that if one's too small and one's too big, you want to go with the one that's bigger, because if not, if you were to leave it like this, then your natural nail will start growing out on the side. You do want it to touch from side to side, from sidewalk to sidewalk. As you can see, that one's a little bit too big. It's kind of touching my skin right there. And this one This one's going from side to side, and let me see, it might be a bit too small. Let me see. This one's good. So this is a number 9, and remember, they come in numbers. So number 9, and they usually have a 9 or 10, but in my case I only have a 9. That's the smallest one, and then your number 0 will be your biggest one. So that's about right. So I'm gonna apply my glue to that. You see how there's a little line in there? So you just want to apply your glue in that area. Grab your tip, and you want to make sure your finger is really straight. So I'm just gonna press it down, make sure it's straight, and press it down. And this glue actually dries really fast. See, it's dry. So as you can see, it's pretty straight, and we're gonna do the same for the rest. Alrighty, so same thing. Measure your nail. Make sure it's touching from sidewall to sidewalk. Not sidewalk, but sidewall. Apply your glue. Make sure your finger's straight and glue it down. And remember, you want to press down pretty good so you don't have any little air bubbles or any little gaps in between your natural nail and the tip. Alrighty, so remember, whenever you're filing into a coffin shape, you want to make sure that you focus mainly on that tip, because that's where you want to be more narrow. And then to make sure that you have a really straight tip, you want to make sure that you hold your file like at a 90 degrees angle with your file. You want, as you can see, there's like a, you can't really tell, but there's a little gap on each side. So you want it to be even through the whole nail or the whole tip. You want it to be even with your file, as you can see. So you just want to kind of go back and forth and just kind of watch it as it gets even down, if that makes sense. Alright, so it's pretty straight, as you can see, and then we're just gonna blend that tip in. Alrighty, so that thumb is ready, and we're going to continue with the rest. So remember, you want to make sure you want your nail to be thinner at the tip, because we want that coffin shape. So we're going to file all of that off right there. And one thing you want to do is you want to make sure you want your nail as you're filing, because you don't want to just file and then by the time you finish you probably be like all the way over there and your nail would be crooked. So you want to just watch it and watch your shape change, because you just basically want to look at what you're doing and not just file away. So I have a perfect shape, they're blended and they're ready for acrylic. So we're just going to do the other hand and we will move on to the acrylic application. So remember, when you're doing your less dominant hand, what I do is I hold my file, and instead of moving my file, I move my fingers. So I hold my file and just move my finger back and forth. Same thing for the other side. And my primer, so I'm using my Bondex by OPI, and I'm just gonna apply it all over the natural nails if there's some in there. Alrighty, and I'll be using my Tammy Taylor medium flat, and I found this one in my drawer, so I'm not sure where it came from, but I'll find it on eBay and leave the link. So let's get started. So usually whenever I'm doing my own nails, I kind of just like to hold my hand in a fist once again. So I'm gonna dip it in and wipe it off. As you can see, like, it's wet but it's not dripping. I'm gonna dip it into my powder. Do my first bead right in the middle wherever the acrylic nail and my natural nail meets. I'm gonna pat it out and then brush it down. Remember, you want to make sure that you get it off your cuticles because you don't want any lifting. And as you can see, you want to brush down real lightly. I'm gonna do another bead at the tip. Brush it out. I'm gonna do this one closer to the cuticle area. I'm gonna do one at this stress area. I'm gonna do another one at the tip because it's pretty thin.
to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Okay, so we have one hand down and one more to go, and the application is flawless. So we're gonna move over to the other hand.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. Chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. That's what Christmas is all about.
I wish that every day of the year could have the love that we feel on Christmas Day. Every
So I am done with the acrylic application, and now we're going to reshape, file, and then we're gonna buff. Alright, so I'm gonna use my same file and I'm just gonna redefine the shape. So now I'm going to use my electric file to file the cuticle area and the whole nail. So remember, you want to make sure that you get really close to that cuticle area, and I'm also going to be showing you how to use this safety drill bit. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about in my last video. So you see that little extra piece of metal that's made to where, you know, whenever you're filing, it's not sharp all the way around the cuticle area. Alrighty, so that was my safety drill bit, and it is a little dull, so I'm going to change back over to the one that I always use. So I'm gonna switch back over to my safety bit because I do still have problems with filing my other hand, so I don't want to cut myself. Alrighty, so they are nice and smooth now, except for my thumb. Okay, so they're nice and smooth now. Now I'm just gonna dust them off, apply a cuticle oil, and then I'm gonna go wash my hands off. Alrighty, so this is the final look for my acrylic application. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back with a part 2 of my nail art. So stay tuned.